The International Organization for Migration, in collaboration with the Nigerian Embassy in Vietnam, they are organizing a repatriation exercise for stranded Nigerians in Vietnam. Now, this is a one-off opportunity to go back to Nigeria. They are saying that they are doing this as a result of the way connection men have duped Nigerians into Vietnam. So personally, as a YouTuber in Vietnam, I can mention a whole number of people. Some, they even came with their kids and they were deceived by connection man that once they come here, they will just follow up to America. Once they come here, they will throw jobs at them, and these guys got here and they are stranded. So Nigeria has already started that. So I'm sure it's going to get to other countries. Now let me read the press release that was issued. It says that repatriation of stranded Nigerians in Vietnam back to Nigeria. The International Organization for Migration, in collaboration with the Embassy of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in Vietnam, is conducting a one-off repatriation exercise for stranded Nigerians in Vietnam who unscrupulous and criminal-minded agents deceived into coming to Vietnam for non-existent high-paying jobs with tourist visas back to Nigeria. And it continues now. So so let me try to explain it. So in short, they are saying that the international organization, in collaboration with the Embassy of Federal Republic of Nigeria, they are conducting a one-off, that means just once and for all, for these stranded Nigerians who connection man took their money and convinced them that they will come here and jobs will be thrown at them. They will come here, they will continue their journey to America, they will continue their journey to Europe, and these guys got here and never see any of these promises, or none of these promises materialize, and so are stranded. Some are even stranded with their kids. So the embassy is saying that it's going to be a one-off, meaning just once. It continues to say that the exercise is for those who are willing to return, and it's optional. Of course, it should be optional because there are a number of Nigerians here who are doing so well. If you watch my video, fellow Nigerian, I tell you about the number of Nigerians I know who are doing so well, who are doing exceptional well, teaching in international schools, teaching in public schools, making it big in Nigeria. So those guys, they are okay. They don't need to return to Nigeria. So that's what essentially what the release is saying, that it is optional for those. If you think you are suffering, if you think you are stranded, if you think things have turned the opposite way and you need to go back to Nigeria, then this is what you are going to do. It continues to say that those who decide not to utilize this opportunity to return will be responsible for their own decision afterwards. So like you're saying, this is a one-off. If you decide not to partake in this repatriation, you are going to be responsible for your upkeep in Nigeria, in Vietnam. All right. And it continues to say that for their own decision afterwards, as the Vietnamese visa policies frown on engaging in any employment with tourist visas. If this policy is violated, the employer and the employee will face harsh punitive penalties, including imprisonment. So I think I've said this countless times in my videos that in Vietnam, you can't come here and work with a tourist visa. You can't come here and work with a tourist visa. And if you do, and they arrest you, Vietnam is not like Europe or Nigeria. Vietnam is not like Europe or America. They will arrest you, and when you are arrested, they will send you to the deportation camp, and you have to pay for all the overstay you did, and also pay if you have worked illegally. You pay, you'll be fined before you buy your plane ticket. And so this repatriation exercise is very important and a step in the right direction, because if you are not careful and you continue to stay in Vietnam illegally, you can't work, neither can you return back home, and you'll be stranded. You continue to be stranded in Vietnam. So that's what they are saying. And then it continues and say that the deadline, I'm sure they wanted to write the deadline, but the date line, maybe it's the same. The deadline for expressing interest in the repatriation exercise is 2nd March. 2nd March will be the last date for any Nigerian stranded in Vietnam to express interest in this repatriation exercise to enable the International Organization for Migration and the Embassy to file the necessary papers, complete meetings with the host authorities, and prepare for the evacuation back to Nigeria. And they put here, for more instructions, please consult Dr. Michael Umar. And the number is there in Hanoi, and Mr. Uzo, also in Ho Chi Minh, and Honorable Ike. And they all have their numbers. So these are the contact numbers that you can reach out to. And then if you want to verify this information. Yeah, so if you see this video, the Nigerian Embassy in Vietnam, together with the International Organization for Migration, they are conducting an evacuation exercise back to Nigeria. I'm sure plane ticket is going to be free. Man, this is a one-off opportunity. In fact, flight from Vietnam to Africa is quite expensive. So, man, so this is a one-time opportunity. One time. So, guys, if you're Nigerian, if you are stranded, if you are deceived, and you are in Vietnam, I plead that you take this opportunity and register. Consult them and register. And the final date for registration is the 2nd March. So that to enable them, give them enough time to process the paperwork and everything so that they can evacuate Nigerians successfully. I'm sure other African countries will learn from this, as Nigeria is not the only country, in this situation. There are a number of African countries in this same situation. But we wish for the best. And then going forward, like I say and I keep preaching in all my videos, if you want to come to Vietnam and teach, apply to a school back in your home country. Do the necessary research, watch our videos. We've outlined the process. Make sure you legalize the document, apply, and the school will invite you. Once the school invites you, you don't have a problem. You come here, you get a work visa, and you work and live legally. Don't let any connection man take your money. The connection man doesn't have any company in Vietnam. So if you give your money to a connection man, essentially you are just throwing your money away. Instead, just sit behind your computer, look for schools, and have videos teaching how to find schools. Once you find a school that is ready to bring you into Vietnam, you just apply to this school and you are good to go. Guys, I'm going to end here, as this is a very short and simple message to put across. It's a bye for today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. My name is Kweku Brante.